Hey, it's Random Pop Culture News here once again, aka Mr. Manny Wolverine. You guys are wrestling interest in Natural Shorts channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all my social media platforms, sites. Links to search box down below if you want to check it out all yourself. I don't got time to explain all of it today. But anyways, I'm doing two videos at the same time. This will be up today, which it's going to be a little bit later on Friday. It's like 2 days old, but I still wanted to give my 2 cents on it. I've been hearing about it since late January, early mid-February. It's been a very massively heated, debated topic. I'm not going to get into the whole political left, right, far left extremists, far right extremists, any of that fucking bread and circus, mirage, illusionary bullcrap that a lot of the mainstream media likes to feed you with a freaking spoon and shove up you know where, stick it where the sun don't shine, if you catch my drift. I'm not talking about any of that fucking mess at all. I'm not. I'm sorry. It's just extremely freaking stress inducing. Gives me a migraine or a freaking headache just barely even thinking about it at all. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. I got it from somebody. I'm not going to say the name is, but I'll leave the link to his video in the description box down below. I'm going to give credit to credit his dude, or not dude. One thing I'll tell you that the dude lives in the Midwest in Wisconsin. That's it. That's all you got to know about him. He's got almost 2 million subscribers. So some people might know about him, but they're that whole political brainwashing, mind control bullshit realm. You'll probably know who the hell that is, who I'm talking about. I don't agree with them 100%. I don't agree with them 50%. Sometimes I'll agree with them 50%. Sometimes I won't. He started as a video game ranter back in the day, and then he started doing slowly into politics. That's why I stopped watching him. So there's that. Yeah, so I'm starting to, like I said before, I'll say it again. I'm trying to steer clear away from any of that political agenda, freaking brainwashing ideology, beliefs, people forcing their freaking thoughts and opinions down people's throats. I don't like doing that shit. So that's why I'm staying away from their names. That's why I'm not saying that dude's channel's name. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Oh, the other second bit of news, I know this is like a week and 2 days old. It's very, very super old now, but my boy, 2-3 days ago, Tyra Magnus, I'll definitely give him mass credit. I heard it from another channel. It usually covers a lot of like Disney, Marvel, DC news, Cosmic Wonder, so I got to credit to both of them, Tyra Magnus and Cosmic Wonder, for letting me know, and the subscribers know about Jonathan Major's latest news. I know this is like from May 11th, this May 19th. By the time you guys see this, it's going to be very late at night. So I'm very, very super late to the party on that, but I thought it was the most interesting thing for me to talk about. So that's the second thing I'll talk about in this video. So let's truly, finally, jump into the meat and potatoes, the mac and cheese, the bread and butter of this freaking topic. The main one, this is from 2 days ago, but it's actually been going on for a while, since February. I tried to stay very far clear away from it because it's all getting pushed to political ideologies and agendas. I gotta be extremely, super, super, mega, extremely, ultra instincts level, like a god tier level of being like quiet as a freaking church mouse and very super quiet. Literally got to walk on eggshells and walk over broken glass and walk over the freaking fire pit. That's like it's like fucking pins and needles talking about topics like this, but it has something to do with Joe Rogan. I didn't even know about this till literally the other day. And it was 2.5 days old, but it's a lot more recent. So Joe Rogan mocks in the quote woke. I hate using the word woke, get woke, go broke shit, 'cause that shit's so played out, man. The second Fox and freaking other places that are the far left, far right, actually more the far right side of stuff like Newsmax, ONA or ONN, VidMax, and freaking what's it called? Shit like fucking TBN or CNBC or whatever it's called. And then Fox News and all that shit starts using it, and the other one, Sky News, is all, both owned by the same evil, disgusting Satan worshipping masters, in my personal opinion. People that pull the puppet strings, a true master evil C-word sucker elites that do all this shit. That's the reason I hate using that freaking word. It's so annoying, bro. It's been used. It's been beaten off like a dead horse, badly beaten up like a dead horse. So yeah, Joe Rogan mocks woke MillerLite campaigns. This quote: "How many women are really involved in making beers?" comes from Ariel Ziebler. I rarely ever read from New York Post, so got a credit card due to Ariel Ziebler. I really hope it goes in that whole left-right thing. I'm gonna completely freaking not even talk about it, and I gotta be extremely mega ultra careful. Like I said, I gotta be cataclysmic, god tier level, like stealthy, as quiet as a church mouse when it comes to stuff like not trying to shit or crap or slander anyone that's and the LGBTQIA plus community and gender fluid. I don't like the non-binary stuff, because to me that's two things. That's a freaking mental illness, and that's an emotional, spiritual level of weirdness I don't freaking agree with. My personal opinion. And unfortunately, if you're a subscriber of mine, you don't subscribe, I understand. I'm just never going to see it like that. It's going to be my whole viewpoint to the day I hit the grave, 7 feet deep. I'm just saying. So, without wasting your guys' time, let's begin. I'm going to play music in the background, got a credit card due. Richard ERB, a real good video game music remixer. There's a lot of heavy metal, death metal like music in his guitar, so got a credit to him, 100%. So it says, I'm JoeRogan mocked MillerLite after the brand's months-old ad in which the broad actress, I'm not saying this right or wrong, Lana Glazer touts women of beer makers resurface on social media. It says, quote, I'd like to see a pie chart of how many women are actually involved in making beer drinking. It says, well, beer or drinking beer, Joe Rogan says. And the ad says, I hope it doesn't have to do with the stupid Dylan Mulvaney thing. That'll be way fucking worse. I'm not talking about that shit at all, but I'll mention it very, very lightly, fast, briefly. It says Rogan said on Tuesday, in the ad during which, quote, Women's History Month in March, Glazer shares a, quote, little-known fact that women were among the very first to brew beer ever. It says, quote, this is Joe Rogan's words saying it, not mine. YouTube algorithm, don't crucify me. I'm just like, don't freaking try to turn me on the channel. I'm just saying what they're saying. I don't agree with it 1,000,000,000%. It'd be like 45, 50% I agree. It says, quote, centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis, Glazer said in the ad. It says, quote, wow, oh. So here's to the women, Glazer said, because without us, there will be no beer. Rogan played the ad on Tuesday's episode of Spotify's podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, which features the author Jack Carr. I don't know who Jack Carr is. I guess he was the one that created the book or the movie for this. So I'll see if I leave the links to description box down below. Oh god, I'm not gonna even look at any of that. This shit just makes me vomit and throw up. I swear to god I'm not sexist, but when they push it for their own little mind controlling sort of BSness, I don't like that crap. I really, really don't. It's like somebody's trying to twist my hand and trying to pull my arm off, and like they're just forcing me to believe everything, and like they're trying to visualize it. They're trying to force some sort of bullshit way of lifestyle. I gotta live the same way they live. I can't. I'm a fucking man. I was born a man. I'm gonna die a man. That's the way Yahshua, Yahweh, Jesus, God, the Lord, my personal opinion, the Holy Spirit, He created me to be a man. I'm gonna leave off this world as a man naturally, of old age, hopefully, God willing. I know some people and atheists are gonna hate to hear that fact, but that's how I see it. And they're never changing my mind on any of that BS, caca, bullshit, political bread and circus crash. I'll never, ever in a billion years change the way I freaking live, my personal opinion. But let's move on. So Joe Rogan's fury as MillerLite comes on the heels after controversy surrounding rival Bud Light. There it is. And this is the one, Bud Light. I'm not even going to make no comment on that because I don't want to sound like, oh, I'm a hateful bigot to anyone that's a person that's a transgender or person that's a dude that's a woman that's a woman. I'm going to save my comments completely silent on that because I don't want to get my channel terminated or completely shadow banned if I say anything bad about them. They're still human beings, but my personal opinion, mentally and spiritually, they're damaged a little bit. In my personal opinion, that's why they sadly, OFF themselves. And sadly, take themselves out IRL, sadly. And it's a sad situation, man, because blame the parents, blame the teachers that did some real messed up crap to them, my personal opinion. They indoctrinated them in all this BS saying, oh, you could dress this way, just that way, it doesn't matter. They have no labels and lines. That's crazy as shit to me. That's why I'll never want to bring kids into this world. If I ever got married one day, but it says, also goes on, it says, which stepped into the hornet's nest of our outrageous social media culture branding deal with transgender influences. Dylan Mulvaney says, quote, hate identity politics with a passion, and irritated Joe Rogan says immediately after watching the MillerLite ad. I really do. Rogan said, and continues to say, it's so stupid. Human beings may be okay. And some human beings look in bikinis. Is that what we are doing? It's crazy. Carr responded. I guess the author, the movie director that made that book novel earlier, I don't know, the story earlier. It says, quote, women do it, women do it, women do it. I'd like to see a pie chart how many women are involved in actually drinking beer. That's what I heard earlier. And they said that they chimed in. Yeah, Jamie Vernon, Rogan's producer, chimed in. Why would somebody like that just get resurfaced on that Monday? Now everyone's talking about it because people are very angry, Joe Rogan said. Yeah, quick thoughts, views, and opinions. At the end, I already made half of my statements, my very harsh, critical statements on certain things I'm not going to get into because it leads on that whole political far right, far left, me hating on the left real bad, which I'm not. Everyone's a freaking human being at the end of the day. There's evil and power corruption. Power corrupts absolute power. A dude that was on YouTube 3 years ago told me that. I'll never forget those words. I will say this, people are very fucked up in the head. They need to, it's kind of like hypocrisy, me being a hypocrite because I'm using a lot of curse and profanity, vulgarities. I'm supposed to be evangelical Christian, I know. Sadly, that's just my problem I gotta deal with in life. I'm doing my IRL job, my motel job, because I did it when I got fired a long time ago. Thank God none of my bosses see my videos. 2 quick thoughts, views, and opinions. I'm not going to read every single little thing, nook and cranny, because I think Joe Rogan, he's one of those people, like, he likes to get in a lot of controversy. Sometimes he's a cool dude, sometimes he could be an asshole, but he came from that whole MMA, UFC, macho man, like, you gotta be strong and a man, you gotta be a provider for your family type of dude, like some fake Hulk Hogan bullshit. That part I disagree with his persona on that, but other stuff I just completely 100% agree with him. Stuff with the firearms, right to protect yourself, the right with freedom of speech, the right with freedom of expression, and the right to, believe whatever the fuck you want to believe in the science and shit. Certain extent with the science part, not all of us. I was going to the second one, my boy. Unfortunately, he's getting destroyed in the media. Sadly, it hurts. The 2 movies I saw, man, was the best ones ever, and Disney doesn't want shit to do with them anymore. That's how the evil satanic house of mouse is. Is Mr. Jonathan Majors' legal problem? What did they accuse King the Conqueror, the actor Marvel? The actor who played King the Conqueror in the MCU is facing several charges, and it's completely up in the air. And like I said before, I got to credit to my boy Tyron Magnus and Cosmic Wonder. They told their subscribers about this, so let's truly jump into it without any BS around. Let's go. So it goes on to say, Jonathan Majors appeared before a judge last Tuesday in an week before last week, Tuesday, attempt to not only save his career to a promising start, but also avoiding going to jail. Mr. Majors, who was there already, the celebrities who warned his problematic character have been the star of the 2 biggest blockbusters so far 2023, such as Creed 3 and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but his future for the Conqueror, King the Conqueror MCU is in question. It also goes on to say, it's even worse. What are the charges for against Mr. Majors? The actor was arrested last March, 3 months ago, or 2.5 months ago. The police responded to the call he made, claiming that the girl was needing medical attention. However, he was arrested. And released on the charges of those 3 things I can't say. Let's just say bad torment, physical punch in the face, and real bad brass knuckles in front of the girl's face, allegedly. The girl who was with him at the time, and I'm not reading the whole entire thing, I'll just read half the article. You could read the other 3 sentences there. It says the hearing was conducted, and then the Majors agreed to abide by restraining the order and generally have no contact with the victim. She's 30 years old, is believed to have been Majors' partner at the time. She claims to have had neck injuries according to a police report, something that contradicts the prosecutors reporting the exchanges and the neck damages to the arm. Meanwhile, the actor's lawyer claims to have the persistent evidence that the victim is lying, at the least about where she was at the time of the unfortunate, sad situation, if it truly happened, God forbid. But yeah, quick overall thoughts. It's just Hollywood just throwing this dude over a bus. I'm not going to get into the whole race war thing of it's the white people destroying the black people and the black people being victims, and the BL plus M got to take over everything and destroy the evil white devil and all that shit. I'm not going to jump into any of that. I'll say this. Pray to God he ain't guilty, because his acting was super phenomenal. And he came from the same place my dude Desmond, aka the rest in peace Etika, the Mofa, came from. Absolutely tremendous badass fucking Twitch streamer and YouTuber back in the day. And this dude had that same vibe. I get really cool Desmond vibes with him, because he's from Brooklyn. Hope the dude's 100% not guilty, and he's purely innocent. So I guess if not, I'm out of here. Peace out, dudes. Goodbye. See you on the flip side. I'm gone. Later.